Russia must face a special tribunal for war crimes on the territory of Ukraine. British politicians have said so, The Guardian has reported. Britain is also planning to hold an international meeting to investigate war crimes in Ukraine.
Russian forces should know they cannot act with impunity, and we will back Ukraine until justice is served. Almost a year on from the illegal invasion, the international community must give its strongest backing to the International Criminal Court, so war criminals can be held to account for the atrocities we're witnessing. Dominic Raab, Deputy Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, on the official website of the Government of the United Kingdom.
At the international meeting, the participants will discuss how to help the Hague Court collect information and share evidence of Russian war crimes committed in Ukraine. Since March 2022, the International Criminal Court in The Hague began investigating Russian war crimes and crimes against humanity in Ukraine.
The reports and images of Russia's unlawful and unprovoked armed attack on Ukraine are horrific. For us, it is crystal clear these crimes may not go unpunished. During this timely meeting, we will continue to coordinate with our partners to ensure that support to the ICC and the Ukrainian authorities is offered. Dion Yeshilgos-Zagerius, Minister of Justice and Security of the Netherlands.
At the scheduled meeting, the report of the chief prosecutor of the Hague Court, Karim Khan, will be announced. It focuses on the work of the court and the role of the international community in supporting its investigations. Earlier, he called on the international community to support and fund the investigation of the Hague Court in Ukraine.
We need tools to do our job. We don't have them yet. Karim Khan, prosecutor of the International Criminal Court.
Ministers will also discuss how to help victims and witnesses testify. Back in October 2022, the UN said that the sexual violence used by the Russian occupiers in Ukraine was part of Russia's military strategy.
The meeting comes as Russia steps up its campaign of terror against Ukraine, striking at crucial energy infrastructure and plunging people into the dark and freezing cold of winter. In reclaimed areas of Ukraine, prosecutors continue to gather evidence of atrocities and sexual violence. From the press release on the official website of the Government of the United Kingdom.
Special representatives of the UN Security General on sexual violence in conflict, Pramila Patten, said that according to the evidence collected, the age of victims of sexual violence is from 4 to 82 years. She added that the victims are mostly women and girls, but Russians also rape men and boys.
When women are held for days and raped, when you start to rape little boys and men, when you see a series of genital mutilations, when you hear women testify about Russian soldiers equipped with Viagra, it's clearly a military strategy. Pramila Patten, special representative of the UN Secretary-General on sexual violence in conflict, in an interview with AFP.
Ukrainian law enforcement officers have opened more than 50,000 cases under the article Violation of the Laws and Customs of War. Investigators identified the names of 234 suspects. So far, 16 people have been convicted, 7 of them in absentia.
A significant number of crimes are committed in the occupied territories, where we basically do not have physical access, but this in no way precludes the process of documentation. A significant part of the suspects is not in our hands, but we understand that this is only a matter of time. Yuri Belousov, head of the Department for Combating Crimes Committed During Armed Conflict of the Office of the Prosecutor General, in an interview with Current Time.
As of January 8, 2023, the Office of the Prosecutor General of Ukraine recorded 63,203 war crimes and almost 17,500 crimes against the national security of Ukraine. German Justice Minister Marco Buschmann said that the Hague International Tribunal will consider the case against Russian President Vladimir Putin not at all in a hypothetical perspective. He pointed out that the head of the Kremlin is already confessing to the direct commission of war crimes in Ukraine, not hiding from journalists and the world community. Reported by Roman Smoler, Victoria Sinko, UATV News.